Hey everybody, on this quick hitter version of Catch and Shoot 2.0, we're going to be joined by Coach Dave Miller, basketball lifer who was a close friend of Kobe Bryant. What do you think he would have said or thought about what has transpired?
I know he's looking down, Otto, and he's proud. He's got that big grin. But remember, Kobe once told me, and I mean, it wasn't a secret, he told everybody, if you don't win a championship and you don't have a parade, the season sucks. You could go undefeated, and if you don't win the championship, and that goes back to Greg Downer. He told me that when he was a 13-year-old. He said Kobe hated to lose. See, most guys love to win.
Yep.
The Kobe Bryants, I coached Chris Paul in New Orleans with Byron Scott. You know, those are the guys that they didn't love to win. They hated to lose. So I know Kobe is looking down. I think there's a couple people you really have to give credit to also as Kobe looks down. And I think, number one, it's Jeannie Buss, the way she's been able to get that, train back on the track.
Sure.
I think, when you think of a coach, Frank Vogel, and no, he wasn't the first choice.
Right.
But either was Pete Carroll at USC back in the day.
Right.
Been able to handle that, and I don't know Frank. He's one of the few NBA coaches that I don't have a relationship with, but he lives in town where I live, and I can't wait to run into him because I admire what he's been able to do with the passing of Kobe, with COVID, bringing LeBron James in, and then I think you got to go to Pelinka as well because there was a lot of question marks. Could he do it? He was an agent. Could he do it on the other side? Him and Magic had a little bit of friction that they were able to work out. But Rob Pelinka has done an unbelievable job. So I think it's a team. It takes a village. I know that sounds cliche, but I know Kobe Bryant looks down and he sees LeBron, and we could talk, for hours about LeBron. And my favorite players were Dr. J in my era. Then it was Mike. Then Mike, everyone wanted to be like Mike, and then everyone wanted to be like Kobe. And now it's LeBron's league as we know it. But LeBron has just impressed me, not only just as an NBA champion, but as a man that stands for causes, as a father, as a role model for fathers and for coaches and for dads and players. So I think you put it all together. And I think Kobe would look down and tap LeBron James on the butt and say, thanks for carrying on the Mamba mentality. Because remember this, Otto. I remember LeBron as a young player playing the Clippers. I think may have been the first time I ever saw him play, his first year. And LeBron was cool. LeBron just sort of, went with the flow, but he was a kid, even though he looked like a man.
Yep.
And he could turn it on any time, but he didn't have it turned on all the time. The first three quarters, he was just a high schooler that made the jump that was cool. And I don't mean that in a negative way.
Yeah.
It was just cool. It was LeBron James.
Yeah.
And when LeBron got that taste of winning, that's when I think he did not know it was the Mamba mentality. We can call it the LeBron mentality because they both have that greatness. There'll never be another LeBron. There'll never be another Kobe Bryant.
Right.
But as LeBron has won, LeBron has figured out that it does take 4 quarters, and I have to be tough on my teammates. And we all know that Kobe was the toughest. His competitive nature, it was a blessing and it was a curse, as we saw with Shaq and Kobe, who could have won 5, 6, 7, 8 championships.
Yeah, definitely. And if you like that short version, check out the full version with me and Aaron Berlin every Wednesday on Pure Hoops Media.